doing a show. It's called Tool in the Sand, and it was in the Dominican Republic. And a part of the sales pitch was that there would be 2 nights with 2 different sets. A lot of bands are doing this. Metallica's doing it. And the Tool fans are accusing Tool of doing the same set 2 nights in a row. They are crying foul and saying, y'all motherfuckers done ripped me off.
You fucker! You fucking bitch!
And when you're talking about Tool fans, you are talking about some of the most miserable motherfuckers who are alive today.
Don't try to stop me.
Oh my God.
You will never meet more sour-faced, unimpressed motherfuckers than a Tool fan. So they are not to be fucked with. And Tool fucked around, and they're starting to find out a monster of their own creation is now turning around and trying to bite them right in the ass.
That's what you get for fucking with me.
They were doing 2 shows, 2 different set lists. Tool fans, as I said, they're miserable, but they are cult-like. They follow James Maynard Keenan and the other members of Tool like they are Jesus and the apostles, dude. Every song gets broken down word for word, note for note. And the prospect of being able to see 2 full different sets, you know, that sounds really good. That would be a thing that I would imagine Tool fans would want to see. So, looking at this set list, I will say this. They are different sets. However, there are several repeats here. If you look at the March 7th set list, you know, great looking set, 10 songs. Next night, they did 1 less song, so only 9 jams. How long were these sets? Tool songs are fucking long. To think you could like do a whole show and only get 10 songs out. The next night, 1 song shorter. So people were basically saying, oh, they ran out on us at, 30 minutes early. They expected essentially the same length of show. And then there were certain songs that were repeated multiple times. Like, for example, Fear Inoculum, Rosetta Stoned, Pneuma. Some would say up to half the set was essentially a repeat performance from the night before. So if part of your sales pitch is that it's 2 different shows, it's a gray area because they kind of did 2 different shows. There were other jams, but according to reports, there was a palpable rage in the crowd night 2. People were flipping the finger at the band, even booing their beloved Tool, who they literally follow from town to town. How long did it take them to turn on Tool? 1 motherfucking show. Not even a half a show.
Fuck that!
So one of the attendees was this guy by the name of Stas Rusek, and they are calling on other fans that attended the shows to join him in a class action lawsuit against Tool.
This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass!
And this is a quote from Rusek. These were my 27th and 28th Tool shows. There was a palpable sense of betrayal in the air as the show began the second night, and it lingered throughout the remainder of the weekend. So basically, once people heard Fear Inoculum, the show started differently. Night 1 starts off with Stinkfist, classic jam. Night 2 starts off with Fear Inoculum, which was the second song from night 1. So as soon as people heard that there was a repeat song there, they started to kind of look at each other like, hey, what the fuck's going on? And as the show went on and they heard more and more repeats, I think they got more and more pissed off. Here's another quote from Stas Rusek, saying what it boils down to is that purchasers of the festival package were promised 2 unique sets by Tool. While the comments on these posts argue about what unique means, the reality is that the opportunity to see Tool play 2 unique sets, i.e. no repeats, was the determining factor for most attendees to pull the trigger on spending thousands of dollars to attend. And really, that's the crux of what's pissing these people off so bad. Maybe if it's just a regular show, you say, fuck it. But you took an entire vacation based on this show. You've spent thousands of dollars. You know, really, this is a problem that's affecting the entire music industry. The tickets are becoming so astronomically expensive that people, like, they're not fine just to show up and hear 9 jams. They want you to play for fucking hours. People want a gimmick. They want more than one night. They want all this shit because they've paid so much fucking money. Stas Rusek continues, most Tool fans like me have attended multiple shows on the same tour. And we know that due to the spectacular and complex nature of their show, most songs will be repeated. However, this is not what festival attendees were promised.
Why this loud bitch gotta bring that shit over here?
I really, hell hath no fury than a fucking Tool fan scorned. As I said, these are the most insufferable motherfuckers alive. Could you imagine a band that you would go and see? This is now your 28th time, and you are ready to sue the fuck out of them?
Laughable, man.
Tool have, for their part, not said shit about it. I guess you probably can't, because this guy is actually a lawyer, and multiple outlets, you know, checked on the guy and made sure it's true. And it is true. He is a lawyer. He is trying to get the fans to jump on a class action settlement. I would say to Tool fans, I understand you're unhappy, but I mean, you're at the beach. It's the DR. It's gorgeous. You get to see your favorite band 2 nights in a row. What's so bad about that? I mean, they played the show. You know, hardcore Tool fans, they fucking listen to every song 1,000,000 times. But at the same time, you know, Rusek is correct. I mean, these are not unique sets. I think they're going to have to look at the advertising. They're going to have to look at the posts, see what was actually said, because the wording here is what's going to make all the difference. If the term unique or any synonym of unique is used, then Tool may be on the hook and maybe having to hand out some refunds. Honestly, I wish these bands, it's gotten so fucking hard to make money touring in the classical sense. So a lot of bigger bands are trying to kind of make fewer shows that they can make more money at. So of course, once again, you have to do a gimmick. So a lot of bands, they'll do a cruise or they'll do a multiple night set like Tool did here at a resort essentially. So it's not just a show, it's a vacation. Selling all the various meet and greets, platinum package and all that shit. I wish it didn't have to be that way, but you know, if you look at the business of it, I mean, it is a hell of a hard thing to do for a band to actually make money doing a tour. And rock bands, that's where they make the bulk of their money, is on tour. I wish we could go back to the way it was. Even if you weren't somebody who, like, you know, had a good amount of money, you could still afford to go to a show. You could put together the $40 to go, you know, to the general admission. Those were like some of the cheapest tickets. And now those tickets are fucking insane. Something absolutely must be done. So we will keep up with this and let you know if this lawsuit ever comes to bear. We'll see how many jump on, and I will keep you up to date with it. Anyways, moving on.